Hello, everyone. Welcome to our general love forecast. Hope everybody's doing well. So let's go ahead and get into some messages here for the collective. Let's get started. All right, guys. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in and for being here. And I just wanted to make a brief announcement before we get started. So yesterday we had our Twitch live stream and we were able to get enough folks to tune in, and we were doing a free reading giveaway. That's something that we plan on doing on a weekly basis. So if you don't already follow me on Twitch, please do so. We'd love to have you there as well. So I am Celestial Forecasts _ Carrie on Twitch. So we'd love to have you follow there and to be able to tune in when we do the live streams over there as well. Obviously on Twitch, there is no super chat available, but pretty much all of the other platforms that we have here on YouTube. So if you're interested in getting your own reading over on that side, then we'd love to do that for you. But especially for those who are wanting to be considered to win a free reading from me, it's a mini reading, then absolutely follow us there, and make sure you are up on the announcements that we have in the community tab on YouTube as well as on Instagram. So if you don't follow those platforms, that's how you're going to find out when the future dates and times are. So on IG, I am the Celestial Forecast by Carrie. All right, so let's get started, guys. Ahud, Maddie, welcome. How are you guys? So let's go ahead and do an energy check-in for the collective. Starting off with On the Horizon Oracle. This one's by Jennifer, Aquarius Tarot. All right, let's find out what needs to come through here. We are starting off with dehydration, fatigued. Okay, so it's almost like one of those situations where it's probably stressing you out, okay? Or you're just tired of dealing with something or someone. Look at the next card. We have Time, broken, damaged. So this could be an indication of two people who are not together at this point in time. They could have hurt you. They could have broken your heart. We do have memories here. Some of those memories could be very painful as well. This is the next card. We have Feeling Loved. Maybe at one point in time, you guys loved each other, or maybe you still do. But based off of what we're seeing here, something happened that might have created a separation between two people. Let's see, what else? Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What else do we need to know, please? Ooh, look at that. We have the Divine Feminine showing up. So Divine Feminine, this could be your energy right now. So take that if it applies. You could be feeling nostalgic about your person. Could be your masculine here. And I feel in your heart space, you might still have some love there. But something happened here that hurt you, I feel, and more than likely creating distance and time apart. So let's grab some insight and see what we can learn tied into that. All right. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know? Look at that. We're starting off with the Two of Cups. So right off the bat, we're seeing that regardless of what might have separated the two of you, they can't run away from their feelings. The love is presenting itself here. And that could be very draining as well, especially if you guys aren't talking, if you're not together at this point in time. We do have a Knight of Pentacles card coming through. So this could be representing the masculine, and it's right next to Time, broken and damaged. So perhaps Divine Feminine, if that's how you're feeling right now, broken and damaged because of something that happened between you and your masculine. This is your masculine perhaps trying to express to you that they are willing to do whatever it takes to fix this situation, but they know that they're going to have to do things at the right time, which is why it's a more slower energy here. They can't be rushing in trying to fix this. It's going to take time. But look at that. Part of those memories right next to the sun, we have happy memories as well. You know, yes, there was something that probably hurt you here, but I do feel that there's something through these memories that made you both very happy as well. We have the Ace of Pentacles. That is followed by the Magician. So Divine Feminine, this could be a masculine who's wanting to manifest a reunion with you. Perhaps this is them telling you that they're ready to come in and love you the way that they should have loved you before. They could have fallen short there. This could be the solid offer of love or commitment that's coming in from a masculine. But as we can see, it is coming in rather slow. So Divine Feminine, it really does depend on timing here, I feel. What else? We do have the Ace of Swords, so there's clarity coming in perhaps on behalf of this masculine who now sees things a lot clearer than how they did before. And if there was any drama going on here, it's not always a third-party situation, but whatever challenges you guys might have dealt with, that's something that this person has to be able to address and remove those challenges so you guys can just focus on the two of you and explore where the future can ultimately go. Exactly, Ahud, that P word. It's annoying, right? And then we have the Four of Wands. For some of you guys, you might be in separation from your twin flame, but this can apply to those who feel that it's more of a soulmate bond. This right here can be a reunion for some of you, and maybe in time that can happen, but we've already established how it's such a slow-moving energy. So there's progress perhaps, but it's slow, you know? And if that's possible for you guys to get back together, I feel it will stick this time. It's not going to be one of those reconciliations where it's short-lived and it doesn't last long and then you guys go your separate ways again. I feel if it actually happens, then it has what it takes to last. We do have the King of Pentacles, so some of you could also be dealing with a divine masculine representing Virgo specifically. But regardless of sign, I feel this is a masculine who might have worked on themselves. Maybe their career, their finances are in a much better place at this point. But it requires dedication from all angles. So if they're doing well in that area, then they need to be able to dedicate as much time and energy towards the relationship as well. You know, it has to be balance, basically. And I feel this is a masculine who's wanting that at this point, you know, truly wanting to manifest a long-lasting love between the two of you. Check this out, guys. There's something tied into time and patience. We've got time references, and then here's our patience card. So we can't seem to get away from this one for this particular reading. It's going to take time. We can't rush it. However, the outcome looks good. It seems if you're desiring a reunion, that can happen, you know? So that's not off the table. That's a good thing. Might take time. It might not happen until later on in the year, perhaps, you know? We do have the World card coming through here. So there are cycles that are nearing completion here, I feel. And in a way, that's a good thing because those painful memories or negative experiences that you guys have dealt with in the past, that's phasing out. It's like that's the end of that story. You can close the door on that one and prepare yourself for something better, something new in this connection. And perhaps Divine Feminine, that's really something that you're hoping for when it comes to this connection with your masculine here. Okay, so that's our first opening message. Let's see what else we can find out. I'm guided to pull some dialogue messages from whoever it is that you're thinking about here. So I'm going to pull from the Soul Lovers and Separation deck. This is by Angelic Revelation 144. Oh, wow, almost 4 years, Maddie. That's slow, all right. Yeah, I hear you on that. Okay, let's see what those words look like here. So, of course, take from whichever one of these cards makes sense for you. And then we'll grab some time frames to take a look at possibilities when that can happen. So, Cameron, give me a number from 1 to 5. Okay, so 3. I'm going to choose 3 cards. Let's go ahead and see the dialogue tied into that energy. That's 2. Let's grab one more. What are the words that go along with this energy? Let's see. All right, so we've got our 3 cards. Starting with this one, I crave your sexual healing. I fantasize about pleasing you every day. I am on fire waiting for you. So the sexual chemistry is representing itself here, but we also see that they're waiting. Isn't that interesting? You could be waiting as well. You know, that's the whole reference to the patience thing, which is not an easy thing to just be sitting there waiting for somebody. And, you know, the takeaway from that message is that you really aren't meant to put your life on hold, waiting for something to happen. But, you know, in our heart of hearts, our hearts wants what it wants, you know, and so that's not always an easy thing to go through. We also have, you are all I have ever truly wanted in my life. You are my everything. And I want us to build trust and work on a foundation of friendship before we have a romantic and sexual relationship. So take whichever one of those makes sense. Let's grab some clarifying messages here. So they're definitely very attracted to you. The sexual attraction is there, the chemistry. But maybe they, you know, ended up having to lose you in order to understand that fully, that it's not just a physical thing that they are craving, that it's you in every aspect, you know. You are their everything. So let's see. Look at this, our 4 of Wands popping up again. And so I feel that this could be a twin flame connection for some of you guys. And regardless of distance and time apart, they're still feeling drawn to you, because this could be a twin flame connection, always feeling drawn to each other. But part of the problem is that you guys probably had this tower moment. We've got Aries coming through there. We've got fiery energy presenting itself here. You know, so you could be dealing with Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius at this point. Let's see what else. All right, we've got the 10 of Cups popping up. You know, harmony, divine love, all of those wonderful energies. It's like a dream manifesting when it comes to your love life, because this is you being able to manifest everything in the 3D when it comes to this person. So it could have started off as just a sexual craving, but now they want the whole thing. They want to be able to check all the boxes when it comes to their love life, and perhaps that is what you represent to them, despite this tower moment and the fact that you guys are not together. But I feel there's a lesson tied in for them when it comes to that tower and why you guys are not together right now. Let's see. All right, what else? We have more fire coming in with the strength card, so we have Leo. Okay, so I feel, especially based off of this dialogue that we're seeing, you're all I've ever truly wanted in my life. And it's going to take some work on their part to make this a reality. But maybe they're afraid, or they're feeling anxious. What if this doesn't work? What if you reject them? You know, it could go so many ways, but they need to be able to be brave enough to take action, you know, to be able to dig deep and find the courage to make this happen, so that that tower moment is actually worth the experience, you know. Here we are with the Judgment card. So here's our alarm clock. There's that message that wants to come through to wake this person up, and that window of opportunity is there for a limited time. So I feel through their awakening here, that they will reach out to you, that they definitely want to be able to speak to you face to face, talk to you, apologize, and iron things out here. You know, all of the unsaid, unspoken words that need to be expressed here. That's what they want, and to be able to possibly have a reunion here. That's what I'm getting there. So there could be communication from this person. Look at this. There's our Temperance card again. So we've got Sagittarius popping up. So it could happen maybe latter half of this year. We keep seeing the reference to having patience when it comes to maybe a possible reunion. You know, let me read some of your comments here, guys. We are in separation, but do communicate. Okay, and Maddie, we are together, but he's more for the world than me. I'm the last thing on his mind. I want to be bumped up. Of course. Absolutely. And then we have the star. Okay, we've got Aquarius coming through. And then we have the world picking up off of fixed signs especially. So Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, all picking up off of that energy. So once again, we've got cycles that are getting close to completing here, which means that whatever path you guys are on, it's nearing the end of that cycle, opening up a new cycle for you guys to start over, start fresh, and to hopefully revive the connection. It starts off with a conversation that needs to happen in the 3D, I feel. And who's going to start that conversation is the Emperor, okay? So we've got the Emperor representing Aries. We've got the Tower representing Aries. So there's something tied into that energy here. All sorts of signs that are popping up here. So I feel it is the masculine ready to dive in and take control of the situation here, because they really do want to fix this, but this has been stressing them out as well. We see the Nine of Swords. This can apply to the masculine or the feminine. These nightmares, the anxious feelings, not able to sleep at night. It's a stressful thing, you know? So let's see. Let's take a look. What else do we need to know? So they're stressed out here. All right, well, we've got the Seven of Cups, and perhaps they recognize that they had either too many choices, too many options. They could have been overwhelmed and just made poor choices before. That could be part of the anxiety that they're dealing with. It's like, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I mess this up again? So that's a lot of stress, perhaps, especially on behalf of the masculine. And now we've got the Knight of Wands. So part of making those poor choices before was that they weren't looking for commitment. They weren't ready for that type of commitment. Knight of Wands can be very non-committal, you know, so I feel that's part of the issue. Now, check this out. Here's our Empress. So these things are standing between the masculine and the feminine coming together at this time. And this has to be ironed out right here. Okay, some of the challenges that you guys have been through and some of the choices that were made before created a separation. It created that tower. And so it's very challenging. Look at the next card. We've got the Eight of Cups here. So either you walked away or they walked away, or there was just this need to detach, you know, to leave it behind and let it be. But I feel we've got somebody here who's not accepting that, who's not really wanting to just let it go, because I feel it for the masculine that they are wanting to try again. They want a reunion. They want a chance to be able to make better choices here when it comes to the connection. So if you did walk away, let's just say Divine Feminine, you've got a masculine here who wants to prove to you that they're not wanting to give up on this connection. And look at the next card. We've got the Fool. So again, we've got Aquarius popping up here. So somebody needs to take that first step for a fresh start to come in. It's not going to go in that direction without somebody taking action. And I'm feeling it for the Divine Masculine here. And look at the next card. We've got the Sun. I mean, wow. Okay, so that's a part of the destination. That's a part of the outcome. That is a part of this journey. It's just that you guys aren't there yet. It's plainly as we can see, it's going to take time. It's going to require a little bit more time. And like I've seen in the comments, you know, some of you guys have been waiting a very long time. And you're not meant to, as I've mentioned, you're not meant to put your life on hold. But the reality of this whole situation is that perhaps this other person, they're allowing their fears, their anxieties to get in the way of progress. So a lot of it falls on their shoulders, perhaps, to start that communication going, or to pick up that phone, or to text you, or to reach out in however way that needs to happen. So perhaps someday that will come in, but, you know, don't put your life on hold waiting for that to come in. All right, so that's what we're getting there. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and grab another message and continue to check in on this energy here. All right, what else do I want to tap into? I'll be using this deck by Jennifer once again, Pink Divine Love Oracle. All right, so hopefully there's something in those messages that are coming through for you. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else needs to come through at this time for the collective? All right, guys, let's see what else. Look at this. We've got soulmates, soul contract, divine union. So beautiful. But look at this. This is the next card we have alone. Abandoned, loner, closed off. So even though you share this very special bond with this person, maybe you detached from them, or you abandoned the relationship because of something that they did or said. We'll clarify that, of course. Let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know here? Okay, so we're pretty much in the summer season here, okay? So warmth, positive vibes. I think that things could ultimately improve between the two of you, maybe during this time frame of the summertime. So we'll clarify. Let me grab a little bit more here. Who knows? Tia and Maddie, thank you guys for the super chat. So we'll get to your requests shortly. All right, let's see what else here. We have a surprise gift, the unexpected. So even though you guys might be in separation, for those of you who relate to this, between you and your person, you're not together right now, there could be something unexpected that happens here between the two of you, or they could just come in with a surprise, as it says. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tangible gift. I feel for some of you it could be, but it could also be that gift coming in the form of a message, you know, like a form of communication. It could be a text. It could be them reaching out on social media, you know, but I feel that might certainly come in as a shocking surprise for some of you guys if you hear from this person all of a sudden. All right, let's see what else we can find out. All right. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What else do we need to know? All right, here we go. What else do we need to know, please, for this connection? Okay, so we're starting off with the Five of Cups. That, of course, represents that feeling of loss, that it has not been easy for them. Perhaps it hasn't been easy for you either. But there's a lot of regrets tied into this, and they could be the one that's feeling completely alone in their life because you're not there. Okay? So they sense that loss, that you're not there. Look at this. Four of Wands again. So we're going to go ahead and highlight that because that keeps popping up. All right, and it is coming through in the upright. As you can see, all of the upright interpretations right there could be picking up off of happy families, a reunion, harmony between two people. It could be something to celebrate. It could result in long-term commitment or a wedding, a future marriage for some of you. And this is coming through as the support from friends, family, people that support the relationship perhaps, or even you personally. It also is about two people working together. It is picking up off of teamwork. So all of those things are very important. And we've already seen the Seven of Cups, guys. It's coming through again. So it's right next to this card, alone, closed off. You're closed off perhaps to this person because there could have been infidelity or a third party or trust issues. They could have kept things from you. They could have done some shady things here. They could have been fantasizing about other people or interacting with other people. I feel somebody made some poor choices here that contributed to some drama in the relationship. Divine Feminine, you are coming in with the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got the Hermit right after that. Some of you guys could be Virgo. You could have Virgo in your chart. So I feel, especially for my feminines, this would be a very beneficial thing for you to do a little bit of soul searching, especially when it comes to your masculine, the relationship, the connection, where life is at for you at this point in time, and being able to think things through and contemplate and take your time. Maybe summertime this year is when all of this needs to happen. And Queen of Pentacles, you're able to stand on your own 2 feet. And the Queen of Pentacles is also known to be very down to earth and maternal and nurturing. So maybe there's something about that type of interaction with your masculine that they really miss and, would like to be able to experience that again. This might have something to do with a twin flame connection, seeing the feminine in that way, And here we are again with the World card. So that seems to be presenting itself quite heavily as well today, that there are cycles nearing completion, meaning the old narrative is phasing out, making way for something new to come in. And that something new could result in the two of you starting that conversation. It could be a reunion, finally being able to see each other in the 3D rather than 5D interaction or in our dreams or telepathic communication. However that's happening for you, I feel things are about to shift and change here, but clearly we've got a situation where different decisions need to be made. Okay, here we are again. There's a lot of repetitive messages. We see the Three of Pentacles, so it really does come down to putting in the work to be able to build a much stronger foundation towards union here. This is our teamwork card. Okay, look at that. We now have the Sun, another beautiful card coming through here to perhaps ensure that the two of you can find happiness once again. Okay, and what's so awesome about this particular card coming through right now, we see the summer reference, we see warmth as one of the words down here. Okay, positive vibes, and then we see warmth over here as well. So whatever might be cold energy between you and your person right now, especially if there is no contact, no interaction, maybe you guys had a falling out and you haven't talked in a while, I feel this energy could shift during the summer season, which we're pretty much here now. And then we have the Six of Swords. So there is clearly healing that needs to happen when it comes to the two of you. There's this need to transition out of the past. There's this need to leave all of that stuff behind because it's no longer serving either of you at this point, And in order to move forward and get away from some of the negative experiences, I feel, as it says, heading more towards those calmer waters, away from those tower moments, would serve both of you quite well in this instance. Let's see. Divine Masculine, once again, showing up as the Emperor. So yeah, I feel the masculine is ready to do something about this distance between the masculine and the feminine. Okay. And maybe Divine Feminine, you know, we've got the Five of Swords. Maybe you walked away from your masculine, but they're not willing to accept that. You know, they could have felt defeated at one point in time, but I feel they're at a point where they don't want to accept that this is a finite decision, that it's over, that there's no chance of being able to fix this anymore. I feel they're holding on to the hope that this can be fixed. And here's the hope right here with the Star card, you know. So again, we see Aquarius coming through. They're holding on to that to be able to possibly fix this situation. But it's also a card of taking care of oneself, you know, to put yourself back on your priority list. Focus on self-love at the same time in order to come towards each other as two better people, you know, two whole individuals rather than two broken people coming together. And this, of course, represents a fulfilled wish right here. Okay, so this is what needs to be healed with the Three of Swords right there. Okay, so whatever broke your heart might have something to do with some sort of betrayal, whether it was a third-party situation or something else going on. But this has been difficult for both parties, perhaps. You know, we see the love triangle reference, so take that if it applies. Grief, sorrow, desperation or separation, depression, absence, loneliness, betrayal, heartbreak. All of that in the upright. It can be very difficult. And the card after that, which we already know at this point, you guys had this chaotic experience in the relationship, that upheaval, and it created destruction of the partnership, which resulted in the two of you going your separate ways. So that seems to be the theme this time. But we also see that you guys can overcome this as long as you're both on the same page and really wanting to perhaps revive the relationship. And now we've got the Three of Cups coming in. So that's a very celebratory type energy from that card. We see the reunion reference as well. Positive outcome. Either a new chapter in love, or for those of you who might not even be interested in reconnecting, there's the chance to meet a new love perhaps. But we do see for the collective, for those of you wanting to get back together with somebody, that you guys can have a new beginning, and it's coming through as a very positive, a potential positive outcome here. Let's see what else. Ooh, and I like this. Look at that. Now we've got the Six of Wands coming forward. So that does represent success and victory, that finally the two of you can win when it comes to the challenges that you might have been through. So this does represent some sort of progress when it comes to the connection itself. The card after that, take a look, is the Ten of Cups. So there's the reunion reference. Once again, the two of you have a chance to be back in each other's lives. You know, we do see the dream coming true, the fulfillment, the divine love represented between the two of you. So there's potential. There's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential. And you guys can have your happy ending, so to speak. And finally, we have the Chariot. Okay, some of you guys could be Cancer. You could have Cancer in your chart. The other person could have Cancer. So it does represent movement. So if things seem to be stagnant, or if you've been waiting forever, maybe there's the possibility that finally things can start moving in the right direction for the two of you. This does represent triumph, a triumphant outcome, as we can see. But somebody needs to take action to make this happen. I feel that falls on the shoulder of perhaps the divine masculine. You know, but there's nothing wrong in both of you being able to meet each other halfway. It can be a successful outcome to this partnership. Okay, so that's how that's coming through. So let's go ahead and grab some time frames here as to when this can happen, giving you guys an indication at least of when. Okay, so let's see here. When is this going to happen? All right, here we go. You've been seeing a lot of numbers, Ahud. And Maddie too. Okay, that's definitely a sign. All right, let's see. Let's grab some time frames. Cameron, give me a number from 1 to 5. 4. Okay, so let's grab 4 time frames. All right, here we go. So feel free to choose a number from 1 through 4 for yourself. And the order that these time frames are coming through will be when something might potentially happen for you and this person. So if you end up choosing 1, then the first card that pops up is your time frame. Okay, so 1 to 4. All right, here we go for your situation. I'm going to line them up right here. And if it's just not the time frame that you're hoping for, usually I like to focus on just the fact that time can be fluid and it's constantly changing. So if it's not the answer that you're hoping for, perhaps timing could be off, or it could also be an indication that it's just not the right situation for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the time frame based off of which number you've chosen, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So number 1, during the holidays, okay, which is totally picking up off of Sagittarius season. We have seen that. It could even start as early as Scorpio season. So Scorpio, Sagittarius season, part of Capricorn season. During the holidays is when movement or communication might happen. All right, so number 2, have patience. It's on its way. I mean, wow, that seems to be a very loud message coming through here for the collective. It's like, have patience, it's on its way. But I clearly see some of you guys have been waiting a very long time. And that's not an easy thing to continue to do. And, you know, just remember, you're meant to live your best life. You're meant to continue to do things for yourself, not really putting your life on hold, waiting for something to happen. You know, but it is an indication that there is progress nonetheless. All right, so for those who chose number 3, we have the month of March popping up. So 2024 might be an indication, March, as to when something might happen between the two of you. All right, and number 4, it will happen on a Sunday. Okay, so whenever that might occur, pay attention to it. It might just happen to fall on a Sunday. Maybe that's a Sunday in March, or it could be a Sunday during the holiday season. So have patience. As it says, it is on its way to you. Oh my goodness. All right. So I want to go ahead and grab one more set of cards for the collective here. And I'm guided to pull some healing messages here. So let's see. All right, let's grab some healing messages. And then we'll get started with the personal mini readings. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What do we need to know at this time? Towards you, the viewer. Healing messages. We have study coming through. That could be a literal meaning for some of you, or it could mean that there are lessons to be learned in the meantime. Okay, and you need to do a little bit more research perhaps when it comes to a particular scenario, a situation. This is the next card. We have answered prayer. So for those of you especially who have turned to prayer and you're really hoping and wishing for something to manifest, this could be an indication that your prayers have been answered, and maybe in time you'll finally see some results there. Okay. Let's see what else here. What else do we need to know for the collective? We have power. which I love because that's a reminder for you to remember that, what is that movie? What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's when Dorothy wants to go home and she had the power to go home the whole time. So it's a reminder for you to remember that you have the power to manifest in your life on your own. You know, you don't actually need somebody to help you do this. So you're behind that wheel. You have this power within you to manifest something pretty important, pretty substantial in your life, whether that is love life related, career related, friendships, family, health, whatever it is. Okay, you have the power within you to manifest it. Look at the next card, guys. We've got divine timing. So that is clearly indicated here today. That's a very important message that, you know, patience, we've seen that reference already. We're on the universe's time frame here. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. All right, let's grab two more here. We have guardian angel. Bottom of the deck, we have signs. Okay, so pay attention to whatever signs might be trying to grab your attention at this point in time. And those are signs that only you will understand. It could be numbers, could be angel numbers. It could even be a song that you run across when you're listening to music. It could be a sign that you see when you're out and about. It could be something that you find, whatever it is. It's a sign that's meant for you and only you. And so pay attention to that. And then we also have the guardian angel card coming forward. Just a reminder that your angel, your guardian angel in particular, is looking out for you, protecting you, watching out for you at this point in time. Okay, so you're not actually alone on this journey, even though you might be feeling alone sometimes. All right, so let's go ahead and grab one last batch of tarot, and then we'll start with the reading requests. All right, so I've been guided to use my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle a lot lately. So for those of you who've already seen me use this deck, it's got all of the normal tarot messages, but I've also added court cards as well as oracle messages in this deck. So let's see what we get. Still focusing on your healing journey here. I love it. Look at that. We have the star, which we've already seen today. So we do get Aquarius coming through again. That's significant. And then we do see hope. We see faith. Okay, so this is giving you guys the opportunity to truly manifest either a wish or a prayer, as we can see this. And again, paying attention to the signs, it is within you to be able to manifest that wish. And we also can see that it's on the universe's time frame there. Wow, that's interesting. All right, what else here, please? We have the Ace of Swords. I love it because this is clarity right here. You know, and I feel perhaps some of you either need to work on that, or there's this need for maybe the other person, the one that you're thinking about, to get to a point where they're able to make better decisions, which we've already seen. This is about honesty, being able to face the truth of a situation. Okay. Next card is the Angel of Mercy. Life has brought you down to your knees. The universe shows you mercy. The love you've been searching for, yearning for, has eluded you thus far. I'm here to let you know that it's time to rise, to get back up, claim your ascension within your own life, to help you take that first step towards a brighter future. Absolutely. And for those of you that relate to that, especially during this time of separation from this person that you care for and love, but it can also apply to other parts of your life. It doesn't always have to just be about your love life. So I feel that this energy from the Angel of Mercy is here to assist you to be able to create ascension in your life. Okay. Let's see what else. All right, so we've got the bareness of Earth coming through. So especially my divine feminines, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, doesn't necessarily have to be sun energy. It could be anything there. So it is coming up in the upright. This is you coming through as a tireless worker, meaning that, you know, you're not afraid of hard work. You're not afraid to do for yourself. And this is also a person, a feminine, who is very family oriented. You're a very supportive individual, very caring, very nurturing. Okay. Next card is the Emerald of Water. Some of you guys could be water signs or dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But regardless of sign, this is the message. It says it's time to go with the flow of where life and love want to take you. Being rigid and closed-minded prevents you from growing and finding the many blessings that are meant for you. Remove stagnancy, stubbornness, and stalemate type situations from your journey. Love yourself enough to see that you are a gem with so much to offer to the world and to the one who is meant for you. In other words, don't invest your time and energy in somebody who does not recognize those things within you and the value that you hold and what it is that you can contribute to a relationship. Okay, so let's grab maybe a couple more cards here. Okay, what is this? We've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse here. So in this particular card, reversed, there's this panicky feeling that goes along with that because there's a delay and that things are slow. Can you believe that, considering how many patient references we've had here today? So in the reverse, this can represent bad timing. It can represent lack of movement, which I'm not surprised to see that, you know, and it goes back to not putting your life on hold if something's just not happening, you know, because if it really is meant to happen, it will. All right. Oh my gosh, can't make it up, guys. Here we are again with the Temperance reference, Sagittarius, patience again, divine timing, patience, patience, patience. That's what it's telling us at this time. So latter half of the year, November, December, that could be a time frame as to when this might all start changing and shifting. Okay, unbelievable. That's what's coming through, guys. So let's get into some personal mini readings here. Thank you for everybody that has submitted that. So Cameron, let's see. So Ahud, I believe you're first. And then Tia, and then we have Maddie after that. All right, so let's grab some insight here for you. So current feelings for Horus, Sagittarius, and yourself. Okay, of course. Let's see, where is Horus on this journey at this point in time? So I'll probably use the Divine Masculine deck once again here. I might only choose a couple cards from here and then choose from different decks just to give us a little bit of a different energy for Horus. Let's see. Twin Flame Connection. Angels and spirit guides, please. What can you tell us at this time when it comes to Horus, Sagittarius, and the connection with Ahud, Aquarius, Twin Flame Connection? All right. What can you tell us, please? We have absorbed. Okay, so there could be something that's occupying his time right now, something that maybe have to do with him personally. Look at that. There's a Divine Masculine card representing Horus. All right, so there's clearly something that's either bothering him or weighing heavily on him right now. Let's see. What else can I tap into here? All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for this twin flame connection. We have observer. He could be keeping tabs on you here. whether you know that or not. Look at this, clarifying the twin flame connection between the two of you. And then we have healing. Okay, so there's healing that needs to happen here. There is balance that needs to be restored between the two of you that's coming through. Wow. All right, so let's grab some tarot. But before I do that, I'm guided to this deck as well. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on Horus, Sagittarius, and Ahud, Aquarius for this twin flame connection. What else can you tell us, please? What can you tell us? We have ruined. Okay, let me read that. So this card, let me put it over here. So it says, ruined. I thought I had it all together. My life, my ambitions, goals, dreams. Then you came and ruined all my plans with your presence, your beauty, your heart. I can't imagine a day without you. And yet here we are, apart. Please return, for without you, my life is in ruins. And some of these words, of course, Ahud could be focusing on how you're feeling, okay? But it's also picking up off of Horus's energy here. So let's grab some tarot now. See what else we can learn. Okay. So he could be going through times of depression, maybe, where he recognizes some of the things that he's said or done that might have contributed to some issues for the two of you. We do see the Tower moment. Okay, so the Tower card representing itself here. So this could have been a very chaotic time for you and Horus here. All right, catastrophe, as we can see, the separation, the fact that you guys are not together at this point in time. We see the reference to wanting to come back together. Okay. Look at that, judgment. So there's the possibility towards, I just realized divine masculine, Horus, okay, and then the judgment card. So there could be some communication coming forward from him. And I feel it's just a matter of time. We'll go ahead and grab some time frames there too. I feel there could be communication maybe before the end of the year, okay? It's a complicated situation. Okay. I feel you guys have a lot to talk about here. We do see the Wheel of Fortune. So regardless of where you might be on this connection with Horus, right now I feel things can shift through that Wheel of Fortune energy. We see that cycle of change coming in. I feel it could really take off once he's able to get to a place where he can open his heart up fully to say what he needs to say. And with the judgment, sometimes it can result in apologies. It can result in two people getting everything out in the open, being honest with each other, wanting to fix the relationship in however way it needs to be fixed. And then once you guys are in a much better place, thinking about the possibility of getting back together. So just the way that this is coming through, I feel that's a possibility there. We do have the Seven of Cups, so too many options perhaps. Maybe he was feeling overwhelmed in some way, shape, or form. And there's this need to really hone in on the right decision, the right choice. And it's right next to the Twin Flame card, you know, because you both have your own free will to choose each other at any given time. And if that continues to be the case, then I feel in time this can happen where you guys can re-explore the direction of the relationship, finally getting back on track. Here's your energy towards the High Priestess card, Ahud. I feel as long as you continue to trust what you're feeling when it comes to the connection with Horus, I feel there's parts of your heart space that already knows and suspects how things might ultimately play out between the two of you long term or in the future. So continue to trust that. I feel there is this need, as we can see, towards healing and balance. And it really does come down to creating a very different outcome here so that you guys can make different choices together. Let's see what else. He needs to speak up. You are intuitive. That does not surprise me. Okay. Let's see what else. I like how that's coming through, the Two of Wands. Okay, future planning, as we can see right here. Let me get this over here. So when we see the Two of Wands, we see the two paths here. You know, so Horus can either go one way or the other. And of course, to be able to reconnect with you, Ahud, he needs to choose the right path. And that's what this is for. You know, regardless of how many choices he might have, there's only one direction that he could go that would be the right direction to lead you guys back towards each other. So it's about choosing wisely. All right, well, that's a good energy. We've got the Three of Cups, you know, that very happy celebration that could be representing a possibility towards union. Okay, it could be talking about that. This can also indicate a very positive outcome for the two of you. And it's really regardless of where you guys are at right now. Look at this, Two of Cups. So beautiful. The love, I feel that has always been there. You know, maybe he struggled a little bit with being able to express himself fully, especially if he's just not naturally an expressive person. If he tends to hold things in, not to say that he doesn't feel it, but maybe he doesn't say it so well. But the Two of Cups, it represents the partnership, it represents the love and the possibility of coming back into union. And look at the next card, Ahud, you've got the Sun. Beautiful. All right, so we see the Twin Flame card. There's no question that the two of you are coming through in that way energetically. The Sun represents the possibility for a much better outcome to this situation. So I feel eventually when it comes to Horus, there's a really good chance that he will be able to open up his heart and tell you what it is that needs to be said. All right, and then we have the Fool coming through here. So a fresh start, a new beginning is clearly indicated. I feel eventually things can still fall into place between the two of you. And a lot of it falls on Horus's shoulders. He's got his own divine masculine card coming through here. That could also be what is occupying his time and energy right now. You know, he could be completely self-absorbed, possibly thinking about how to fix this, what it is that he needs to do in order to get this thing moving in the right direction. You know, yes, he is afraid. And so he needs to be able to overcome those fears. And that might start with him working on himself to be able to bring in that healing and to bring in that balance within himself, because that's work that he needs to do. It doesn't really fall on you to be able to do anything about that, you know? Let's see. This is beautiful too. We've got the King of Cups. So if he's able to come towards you with that energy of the King of Cups, then that's a good thing, because this is telling us that his heart is finally open to revealing everything that he holds inside, you know, and that could possibly include him being vulnerable still, but at least in a much better place where he can slowly release the fear that might be holding him back and just preparing himself to finally give you that cup, you know, to let you know it's like, I love you, I want us to be together, and let's re-explore what the future has in store. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles coming up next. So wait and see. Believe it or not, here we go again with the whole reference to patience. That's what it's talking about. But it's also, when it comes to Horus, he needs to put in the energy, the effort, the work to be able to make this happen. And we've already seen that there's a bit of a delay here when it comes to that, but it can still happen. You know, it can still happen. And here you are. Okay, you're coming in with the energy of the Empress. So that's beautiful, honestly. He recognizes your worth here. It's just that he needs to be able to recognize his own worth so he can come towards you as a much better version of himself and really show up for you the way he needs to show up and stop allowing his fears to get in the way. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Hermit, okay? So I feel this is picking up off of the need to soul search and really think about things before movement can happen. You know, it's like thinking things through and making sure that it's the right move. And I feel when it comes to Horus, that would be beneficial for him as well, you know? And clearly we see that he's keeping tabs on you somehow. All right, Ahud, so I feel that when it comes to this twin flame connection, it can still have a very positive outcome to it. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, hold on one second, guys. Let me get my decks situated, and then we'll get to the next message for Tia. Okay, hold on one sec. But I hope that helps, Ahud. All right, here we go. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, so Tia, just an energy check for myself, Sagittarius, and Divine Masculine and Separation, no contact, Virgo. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some energies there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use the same deck. You're very welcome, Ahud. Thank you. Hi, Shazia. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. We'll take a look at that for you. All right. So, Tia, let's get started. All right. Energy check-in for your Divine Masculine and yourself. Angels and Spirit Guides, please focusing on the Divine Masculine energy during this time of separation and no contact, Virgo energy, and the connection with Tia, Sagittarius. What can you tell us, please? All right, this person has you in the shadows. Okay. Look at that. They're putting up a front. There could be some sneakiness or dishonesty happening there. We have connect. We have indecision. Oh, wow. Okay. We have bondage, and then here's your own divine feminine energy, Tia. Okay, so what I gather from your Virgo is they're not ready to re-explore coming back together. And this could be an indication, you know, like they're pretending to be put together. They're okay, you know, everything's fine. But behind closed doors, they're not fine. All right. And, you know, maybe they've wanted to reach out to you somehow, but at the same time, we see the indecision. So when it comes to your Virgo, they're not quite sure whether or not they have what it takes perhaps at this time to reconnect, but that doesn't mean that that energy cannot change later. All right. So let's grab some tarot and see what else we can learn here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please focusing on the connection between Tia, Sagittarius, and her Divine Masculine during this time of separation, no contact. Divine Masculine representing Virgo energy. All right. We see the Seven of Swords right here. Was there maybe a third-party situation or infidelity going on? If not, it simply indicates that perhaps your Virgo hasn't always been completely honest with you. I'm getting that here. We do see the star, though. So I feel even though you guys are not together, And we clearly see the facade that they're putting up this front somehow. Deep down inside, they're still hoping and wishing maybe to work this out. Interesting. We see the Strength card. So again, I'm feeling that they lack the courage. They lack the determination to be able to reach out. Maybe wanting to. It's like putting a text together or picking up the phone, but not actually going through with it. So if they really want to reach out and communicate, then they need to be able to tap into that inner strength and go for it and just do it already. But I feel part of the reason why they're not reaching out is because they can't come forward with a productive conversation anyway. We see that your Virgo is undecided as to what it is that they want. And then we have the Page of Swords picking up off of the curiosity factor of your divine masculine here. So part of that curiosity might have something to do, and this is just a possibility, if, you know, he could be interested in someone else perhaps, or maybe not necessarily doing something about it, but there might be curiosity and interest there, because part of this indecision has your masculine on the fence here for some reason. And then we've got the Death card coming through here. That could have resulted in why things ended between the two of you. Something needs to shift and change here between the two of you. Certainly when it comes to your Virgo, they can't be fearful of commitment, you know, getting their hands tied and feeling more like they're imprisoned in a relationship rather than with somebody that they care for and love and that they're happy and fulfilled. I'm not picking up off of that energy at this point in time, but I feel that can change, but they need to be able to create change in their mentality and the heart space as well. In the meantime, Tia, we've got the Ace of Swords right here. It's right next to your divine feminine energy. So in a way, this reading is wanting to give you clarity to be able to think clearly, to be able to have that breakthrough moment. It's like that aha moment to help you finally move forward, you know, whether that is, of course, on your own, or again, you're not really meant to put your life on hold in any way, shape, or form, especially during this time of separation. And, you know, maybe there's a part of you that's willing to wait, but I feel that you would be better off in the meantime anyway, just continuing to focus on yourself and to empower yourself in the meantime. We do have the Two of Cups. Maybe you see your Virgo as a very special connection, of course. It's coming through as a soulmate vibe, but maybe you see them as a twin flame. This right here represents the partnership, but we're also seeing some challenging cards like the Seven of Swords, where your Virgo might not have been completely truthful with you, maybe. Could be something like that. So despite your feelings, what's in your heart space, what needs to be analyzed here is your Virgo. And I feel it might be a little bit more time before they even communicate here. And that might have something to do with another person. I'm not sure if you know anything about that, but there's a possibility that they're either talking to somebody else or they're interested in somebody else. There's something tied into that energy that I'm feeling. And then we have the Six of Swords. So this is the Death card as well as the Six of Swords. It's focusing on a transition, a transformation. There's this need to leave this behind and just move forward, move on. So this is one of those situations where you got to give it a time frame, a definitive time frame, 3 months, 6 months, no more than a year perhaps. And if you don't see any progress or movement there, then that could be a sign in and of itself to let you know that you need to invest fully in yourself and prepare yourself for a new beginning, perhaps to welcome in a different kind of relationship, a new love. And this is clarifying here with the World that this is a cycle that has ended, that it has completed. And it's almost like the universe is wanting to nudge you forward to welcome in a new cycle. And look at that, you've got the Hangman here. So distance away from your Virgo, I feel it's a good thing for you because you need time away from this person in order to gain the clarity that the Ace of Swords wants to give you. And so there's nothing here really for you to do when it comes to this connection. You got to just focus on yourself. If your Virgo divine masculine wants to bring you guys back into union, first of all, they need to decide that they want you and only you. And rather than, you know, being curious about somebody else, coming in with this wishy-washy type energy. So with the Hangman, you're being directed to release it and let it go. And look at that, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So there's the possibility that your masculine could be juggling somebody else, or juggling maybe a couple of people if they're talking to somebody else at this point. There's something tied into that vibe. You're coming in with the energy of the High Priestess. So just trust what you're feeling here, Tia, because if you suspect that your masculine has been in contact with somebody else and that's why they're not talking to you, I feel there's something there just based off of the messages. So trust that. If you feel it, trust it, and maybe do a little bit of investigating to see if you can clarify that on your own. And if it comes to the surface that that's exactly what's happening, then it's picking up off of the scenario that's coming through here. Yep. Look at that. And now we see the Five of Wands. There's competition here. There's somebody else. Okay, so it's not saying that there's outright cheating, unless you know that, but there could be someone else in the picture at this point. And so he could be talking to someone else. And that's why there's indecision, because maybe he's not sure whether he wants to get back together with you, put the effort there, or explore another connection here. But that's just the way it seems to be presenting itself at this time. All right, Tia, so let's go ahead and grab some time frames just to do a check as to when you might hear from your Virgo or get a sign or an answer somehow. I'm guided to pull 2 cards from this deck, so let's see. Focusing on a time frame for Tia, Sagittarius, and her divine masculine, Virgo. Time frame, please. Look at that. We have the month of December that's coming through quite significantly, but look at the next card. It's time to let this go. So there's the need to detach, walk away from it, but December might be when you're able to finally do that. You know, it takes time, especially when we care for somebody, when we love someone, but that seems to be the direction it's going. I feel you might be better off without your Virgo because there could be someone else in the picture at this point. Okay, so I will leave it there. We can always take a look at the situation again for a future reading if you'd like. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, Maddie, you're up next. And then Shazia, you're after that. Okay, give me 1 sec here. Okay, so Maddie, you're Aries. Okay, your divine masculine is Virgo. We're mirroring so much in our lives. I never want to say I'm wasting my time, but will one finally express his true feelings towards me? Okay, let's go ahead and see. Let's grab some insight here, okay? Hi, Rachel. Thank you for the super chat. We'll get to your reading shortly. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on Maddie, Aries, and the divine masculine energy of Virgo. Focusing on Juan here. All right, so what is Juan's energy at this point in time? All right, Juan, what do you have to say here to Maddie? We have this sad energy. What's up with that? We have elusive. So part of this vibe here, Maddie, is because perhaps Juan feels that he's just incapable of expressing himself in the way that you actually need him to. And that elusive vibe could be somebody who could either be avoiding you or avoiding the issue, not making themselves fully available to you. We've got this facade card popping up again. And now we've got the trapped card coming through. And then we have the retreat card. That's interesting. Okay, so let's clarify. Let's clarify with some tarot here. Let's see, what deck am I drawn to? All right, here we go. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking as soon as I grab some tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on the connection between Maddie, Aries, and Juan, Virgo. Look at this. We have the Three of Swords coming through. So I don't know if there's a third party here, but that could be a possibility as to why Juan might not be expressing himself fully to you. We do have the facade where he, as I mentioned earlier in one of the other readings, this reminds me of somebody who's putting up a front, and that can be a little bit on the shady side sometimes. And then we have this trapped card, which is someone who perhaps is not ready to commit fully in a relationship. And then we have the retreat card, which is interesting too, that it's right next to trapped, because when we're trapped or we feel like we're caged in, what do we want to do? We want to get out. We want to go in the other direction. We want to be free. So that's a part of the energy that's coming through when it comes to Juan. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles right next to elusive, right next to the Three of Swords. So going back to the Three of Swords, it's sorrow, it's grief, it's heartbreak, possibility towards a third-party situation, a love triangle. Whether you know this or not, there might even be a third person that's driving a wedge between the two of you, and that could also explain why Juan is unable to open up fully to this connection. And then there's this isolating energy with the Five of Pentacles, and you pair that up with the elusive card. It's almost like Juan is keeping you at an arm's length for some reason. Okay. Here we are again. Interesting energy with the Page of Swords here today. So this is a very restless vibe coming forward, and there's that curiosity factor. So part of that curiosity might have something to do with a person outside of the connection. And now we've got the Death card. So what I'm feeling here, Maddie, is if things don't ultimately work out between you and Juan, if it does come to an end, it's because he's not ready for commitment. And even though there might be a third person in the mix, if he's interested in somebody else outside of the connection with you, that's still the same thing. You know, he wouldn't commit to that person either. I feel that's the energy that's coming through from him at this point in time. So he needs to be able to change, or that part of him, that metamorphosis, that transition when it comes to Juan, that's something that he needs to work on, I feel. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is representing a new love, compassion, deep connection. It's a new beginning. So if he decides to detach and walk away from you, there might be somebody new that he might be interested in. And check it out, we have the Hermit. So that's picking up off of Juan's vibe there, because Hermit picking up off of Virgo. So he's maybe thinking about this, or would prefer to be alone rather than in a connection that just doesn't check all the boxes. At least that's the way it's coming through with these cards here. Needing to truly soul search and think about things before detaching, before maybe possibly creating this tower between the two of you. He needs to really think about this before taking action. We have the Emperor, so Juan also coming forward perhaps with that Emperor energy, but this could be representing your vibe as well, Maddie, you know, where you want to just be able to move this forward and take control of the situation. But if you guys are just not on the same page, that can create a blockage. And now we see the Two of Pentacles. We also see the Seven of Wands. So both of these cards could represent this juggling energy. And then we see the competition reference. This is coming through as a challenge here between the two of you. And again, whether or not you're picking up off of that vibe, there's an issue there, and there needs balance in this partnership, but it's actually a little bit off kilter, I feel. And now we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very solo vibe. So that's what I'm getting from Juan. Part of the reason why he's kind of keeping you at an arm's length and not really investing fully, I feel, is because there might be somebody else, okay, whether they're just talking at this point or he's got a crush on someone outside of the connection. I'm not sure how far that has gone, but there could be someone else that he's wanting to invest his time and energy into. But I feel it's more casual. It could be surface level, nothing too deep. I really don't feel from Juan that he's ready for anything too serious. I'm just getting that here. You know, wanting to just be independent and explore. That's what I'm feeling here. But we have the Magician coming through, Maddie. So this could be telling you that you can still manifest the right kind of love for you if it doesn't end up being with Juan. You know, you are behind the wheel of your life to be able to bring this forward. If you guys are going through some major struggles right now, I feel that with the Magician, that can be manifested into a more positive outcome. But the majority of these cards, it's telling us that he's not ready for commitment. He might end up severing ties and wanting to go a different direction and explore other connections here. So that's a possibility there. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Yes, it requires teamwork. It requires the both of you to be on the same page, to work together. But I don't feel that from Juan. I feel he's got one foot out the door, and that could present itself with a very challenging way of interacting with each other and maintaining the partnership. You know, so as far as Juan being able to express himself, his true feelings towards you, I feel he's avoiding that. Okay, I'm just feeling it with this elusive card. I don't think he wants to do that, not anytime soon anyway. He might be weighing his options or truly putting on an act, maybe with that facade card, because he's not ready for anything too serious. He's not ready to get his hands tied in a way. All right, so I'll leave that there. Maddie, not the best energy when it comes to Juan, but maybe that might be a blessing in disguise for you to just be open to the possibility of someone else coming in to really love you the way you deserve to be loved. Okay, so I wish you the best on that, and we can always look into the situation again for a future reading. Thank you so much, Maddie. Appreciate it. All right, Shazia, you're next, and then Rachel, you're after that. Okay, so any updates for you in regards to Sobi reaching out to me? Let's grab some insight there. Let's see, what deck am I drawn to here? Okay, I think I want to pull from this one. Queen Von Shea Tarot, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome. All right, Shazia, here we go. Hoping for some good energies here. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on Shazia, Virgo, and Sobi. Capricorn, what do we need to know, please? Okay. We see transformation. Through pain and tragedies, I rise up like a phoenix rising. So that's a good thing. So that can be an indication of change, that something is going to be revived. We also have quality time, togetherness, enjoyment. We have making amends, apologies, and forgiveness. So perhaps Sobi wants to eventually come in to fix this and apologize for how things have been between the two of you. And we've recognized already you guys are twin flames, but we do have the soulmates card presenting itself here, soul contract, divine union. So that could be part of the change that's happening, that you guys can come back into union in time. And all of this falls on Sobi's shoulders here. Okay. Let me see what else. We also have wise, think smart, take your time. Okay. And perhaps that falls on him as well. He needs to be smart about his decisions and what he needs to do in order to be able to fix this situation here. Okay, so let's see. All right. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on Shazia, Virgo, and Sobi, Capricorn. Will there be communication here? Please let us know. Ace of Swords. So that's good. That's a fresh start. That's power. That's victory. That's clarity. Being able to cut things out that is preventing you guys from being together at this point. Okay. That could be one of the smart choices that he needs to do. Okay. To make in order to help move this thing along. Look at this, needing to walk away from a situation in order for you guys to have quality time together. But things are moving slow. You have already known that. But even though it's slow, it is still coming through as progress for me. Okay. He's also coming in with the energy of the King of Pentacles. And what I love about that in this particular reading is that you are the Virgo. King of Pentacles represents Virgo energy. So this could be a divine masculine picking up off of the fact that, you know, this is someone who's ready to build a life with you, quite established in their career. You know, finances, that's not an issue, but, you know, what might have been a problem is the fact that they weren't ready for the type of commitment towards you that needed to happen. So that could be slow moving energy. And in order for this to be more of an available interaction between the two of you to come into divine union, it's clearly indicated here that he needs to walk away from other obligations in order to make that happen. So he needs to really set his priorities straight. Here we are, clarification of the twin flame connection and a possible reunion. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is the solid offer towards commitment, which is fantastic. So that's a good thing. So we're starting off with an ace, and we've got an ace right here. So the possibility of starting again is coming through really well. And there really is this need to focus more so on the future that the two of you can build together rather than what the past and being apart has represented. 10 of Cups. Okay, divine love, divine union. There's the possibility towards future marriage, of course, starting a family, all of those things, all of the milestones that we would want to experience with somebody. All of it is coming through at this time. So that's great. Yep. Collaboration, teamwork, working together. That's the only way it's going to work for both of you to be able to work together. There's no other way for this to be a successful situation. Yep. And this is fast movement right here. So once he's ready to really get things moving, you might just be surprised, you know, as long as you've waited and as long as you've been patient, that finally things can start moving. And once it does, it might happen so quick, it'll catch you off guard and you won't even be ready for it. So you're being directed to continue to trust what you're feeling, because I am getting here that eventually you guys will have your day. Perfect match. Finances look good. You guys are coming through as a very special soul connection. Twin flame, soulmate, doesn't really matter the label, because it's coming through as a perfect match for two people. We've got aces popping up everywhere. We've got Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, a new chapter in love for the two of you, and so much potential still, truly, to be able to reconnect with each other, be able to create a life together. So all of that looks fantastic. And there truly is this need to transition away from the past, to move on, to move forward. And the way it's presenting itself here, it's moving forward together. So I really like how that is coming forward. That looks really good. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So there are some changes that are happening here for the two of you. Shazia, it looks really amazing. It looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and grab those time frames here. Where did I put that deck? Hold on. Here it is. But yeah, that's a wonderful message presenting itself for the both of you. All right, let's go ahead and grab some time frames. Angels and spirit guides, please give us a time frame, possibilities of when communication, interaction in the 3D between Shazia, Virgo, and Sobi, Capricorn. Look at that. We've got divine timing. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because that is just telling you got to trust in the time frame of when the universe wants to open this up for the two of you to come back together. I feel it might be closer than how it's been in the past. I feel it's been enough of a change anyway that it's not going to be as long. At least that's how it's coming through here. And there's so much potential. I feel Sobi is getting to a point where he knows that he needs to be able to do something about this before that door closes and before the opportunity completely goes away, you know? So that's what's coming through there. Shazia, I feel that's a pretty good energy update for the two of you, because, I mean, look at the love, the soulmates reference, and then we see the Four of Wands, the twin flame reference, all of the aces that have come through, letting us know that a fresh start is on its way. Okay, so that looks great. Thank you so much. I hope that that offers you some hope and clarity in the meantime. All right, so we'll leave that there. Thank you so much again. All right, so let's move on. So Rachel, you're up next. Something happened on my screen here. Hold on one second. I've got all of these pop-ups. One second. Let me just fix this really quick. Okay, there we are. You're so welcome, Shazia, as always. Appreciate it. All right, Rachel. So general love reading. Anything from the past coming in or new love? Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. All right. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Okay, so Rachel, let's grab some insight here for you. We have rejuvenation and we have the best coming through. So let's read through these. It says, rest, that's what I need. I haven't had the opportunity to put myself first in so long. I've always put you first, but you never appreciated it. It was exhausting trying to make someone happy that couldn't even find happiness within themselves. This is my time, restoration time, and when I'm ready, love will find me again. So,
Did Maddie miss his? Did Maddie miss his?
no, Maddie's is done. So, Oh, yes. So, Maddie, all you need to do is rewind and check your reading out. It's already been completed. So Rachel, what we've got here is a situation of rejuvenation. We can see that here. So this might be an indication of the past where you've been disappointed, where you've had your heart broken. But I love how this is coming through here. We have the best. It does say, I never expected us to be the best of friends so quickly, almost as if we've known each other before. And just when I started to get used to you being my best friend, you became my best love. I have a feeling the best is yet to come. So if you have yet to make this type of love connection, it could be a friendship situation that turns into love, especially by the time you meet this individual. If you are in between relationships, if you're single right now, just knowing that moving forward, the best is yet to come for you. So you might have experienced some heartbreak in the past, but the future looks a whole lot brighter. All right, so let's grab some insight there. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on Rachel. All right, what else do we need to know here? We have disagreements, so that makes sense for me. Some of the difficulties that you've encountered maybe in the past. Let's see what else here. There could have been conflicts with somebody. You could have dealt with love rivals, people who were vying for your person's attention. So take that if it makes sense. You're coming in with the energy of the Queen of Wands, as we can see, strong and sexy. So continue to tap into that strength that you hold within yourself, and just knowing that you're attractive, that you will not have any issues being able to find someone, to be able to find love, find romance, okay? Let's see what else here. We do have the Nine of Pentacles, that independent, solo vibe, self-sufficient. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So what I'm feeling here right now for you, Rachel, is this need to focus on yourself, you know, self-care, self-love, being able to focus on filling that cup of love for you first, okay? And preparing yourself for what's to come in love. I feel there's the possibility of attracting somebody brand new into your life, somebody who really can love you the way you deserve. Perhaps somebody has fallen short in the past of offering that to you. So, you know, coming in as far as new love for you, that's a possibility. And maybe someone from your past that really hurt you or disappointed you. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, equality. So this is somebody who's going to be meeting you in the middle. It's a 50-50 relationship where you're both putting in the effort and the work, you know, so that's a good thing. And that's clarified as well by the Three of Pentacles. So that's what you have the capability of attracting into your life, you know, somebody who can be a very good life partner. And as it says, you know, the best is yet to come for you. So I have a feeling this is somebody completely brand new, Rachel, that you have yet to meet. So if you're single right now, I feel just focus on yourself, live the best life that you can in the meantime. And once love is ready to find you, it will, you know, so there's not a whole lot that you need to do to be able to attract that. All you need to do is work on being able to live the best life that you can. And you will be able to find this person, or they will find you. We've got the Magician coming through, you see? So you are in a position to be able to manifest so much into your life. And this represents all good things here. So it's picking up off of you being able to create the life that you want. That could certainly pertain to your love life as well as other parts of your life, you know? Oh, Maddie, thank you. Appreciate it. Five of Cups. Okay, so loss and despair. So again, it goes back to what you might have experienced in the past that was not coming from a good place, maybe, which is why you needed to focus on yourself, your own self-healing, in order to manifest something amazing and beautiful in your life. Okay, you're coming in with the energy of the Empress, you see, and all you need to do is to be able to attract your Emperor. And I don't think you're going to have a problem doing that. I really don't. Yep, Three of Wands. It's about looking ahead towards the future and what you can attract there. So it doesn't matter what the past represented, especially if it was painful or non-eventful, because I feel, based off of what we're seeing here, the future looks a whole lot brighter. Looks quite exciting for you. So that's great. Candy One Apples, hello, hello. Okay, let's see what else we can find out. Look at this. Do you see that? Okay, so you are meant to, Rachel, connect with your divine counterpart in this lifetime. All right. So if you have yet to meet this person, just know that this is a part of your journey to be able to find this person. That's a beautiful outcome for your love connections here, because I really do feel with a new chapter that's coming in for you, you've got some major surprises that are coming in, you know, especially considering what the past might have represented if you've been disappointed by people and if you've been hurt. And now we see the Tower. So whatever that might represent for you in your life, as long as you focus on taking this energy of rejuvenation and focusing on yourself to be able to find love again, I feel the universe has your back and will take care of the rest. Okay? Yes, Quinn. Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and do your reading shortly. And then we've got the Fool. So it's all about starting again. It's all about believing in yourself and taking that leap of faith, as we can see, and not being fearful of what you will find, because what's ahead of you looks fantastic as far as making that love connection that really can go the distance. Okay, so this is your divine counterpart coming through here, Rachel. So this divine masculine is coming in to match your energy level of the Empress. They're coming in as the Emperor. All right, so that looks great, and I wish you the very best. Hopefully that manifests in that manner. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so Quinn, you are up next. Okay, here we go. Okay, Quinn. Energy check for reconciliation. Okay, with Francisco, Capricorn, 2 months, no contact, and in separation, losing hope. Aw. All right, well, let's see if we can offer you some hope here, okay? Let's see, what deck am I drawn to for Francisco? Okay, hold on. I'm being guided to a different deck. Sometimes, depending on the situation, I'm just guided to particular decks here. Okay, so let's take a look at Francisco here. Okay. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on Francisco, Capricorn, and the connection with Quinn. Aquarius, what can you tell us, please? Is there a possibility towards reconciliation? So 2 months, no contact and separation. Okay, so I'm focusing on Francisco and what is causing this. What's going on? Here's the hope. Okay, so that's picking up off of perhaps the energy that you've been in, that you're kind of in limbo. You're waiting for some form of a sign, communication. So let's see if that's something that can actually be manifested here. Wow. So far, it's picking up off of your energy here. Quinn, we see longing, aching, pining, okay, past love. So it's hurting you, this distance apart, perhaps. We have lust coming through here. So this is what I'm getting from Francisco that he's not ready for commitment, not right now. And this, from his standpoint, could have been more of a surface level interaction. We do see intensity, but we also see sexual energy. So perhaps your heart space, it's coming more so from an emotional love aspect. And when it comes to Francisco, it's more surface level and more non-committal. Okay, that's how it's presenting itself. And here's the distance, the barrier, the separation, and the space between the two of you. Bottom of the deck, we have pretend, mask, exaggeration, and bluff. So I have a feeling here that maybe when you guys were together, he wasn't always truthful with you. He could have been pretending to maybe show affection or interest. Not that he wasn't, but I feel it was just more amplified than it had to be, if that makes sense. He is very physically and sexually attracted to me, but he seems to be non-committal. Okay, so let's grab some clarifying messages here. It's like this card just describes it. Non-committal, but the attraction, the sexual attraction, it's there. But now there's distance, time apart. Okay, let's see. Look at that. We're starting off with the Eight of Cups, walking away. Okay, so I feel at this point, either you're being directed to just distance yourself, or Francisco has already detached, where he's just expecting to be able to connect with maybe other people at this point. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? We've got the Hermit. Okay, so that could be picking up off of your vibe, Quinn, where you're just reflecting on maybe the past, how you guys were together, feeling alone at this point, wanting to bridge the gap between the two of you. We have disagreements coming through here. So Five of Wands, competition, conflict, rivalry. I have a feeling someone else might be creating this barrier here. You know, and of course, a part of your heart space might be wanting to manifest bringing this back together. And who's to say it can't? Because part of the energy of the Magician is to rekindle the partnership here. But right now, we've got this barrier that's standing in the way of that happening. We've got the Devil coming forward. So what is so significant about this at this time, Quinn, is that the Devil represents Capricorn specifically. So this is Francisco right here. So he might have some temptations, obsessive behavior, addictive behavior, either towards somebody else, or that's just a part of who he is as a person. But I feel there are unhealthy attachments that come along with that. And it's right next to pretend, the whole mask reference. You know, he's hiding behind that mask and maybe hasn't really fully revealed who he is, if that makes sense. Let's see, he knows I am a commitment type of person. Okay. Let's see here. We do have the Hangman coming through. So I feel the fact that there has been no contact and you guys are in separation, the distance apart might actually be a good thing, because this is about seeing things from a different angle, you know, that new perspective. And so in order for Francisco to see this from with a different set of eyes, then he needs to be able to come to that realization on his own. And if you guys were together, but going through some challenges and there is no distance there, then he might not even have the space to even try to look at things differently. But we do have the Two of Cups. We also have the Six of Wands. Here's the communication that could be coming from Francisco. All right, so maybe at this point in time, you guys are not together as you've indicated. It's been a couple of months. But if he does reach out, by the time, if this happens, if it actually manifests in 3D, then he's had a lot of time to think about his prior actions, how he was with you, things that he said to you, you know, because this can be an apology. He could be remorseful for some of the things that he's done or even said, because it's almost like he's not ready to welcome in the emotional aspect of things, you know, the love that he has for you. We already see the sexual attraction, but I feel he's almost holding back from diving fully into the love part of it, you know, because if he actually allows himself to experience it fully, then the two of you can have a very successful relationship. So part of the journey, Quinn, that I feel here is that maybe someday there's a possibility that he reach out, realizes some of the mistakes that he's made, and wanting to come back together. That's what the Judgment card represents for me. Exactly, right? It starts off not looking so hot, but based off of the clarifying messages that we're now seeing here, it looks like things can turn around. So what I gather from his own Capricorn energy with the Devil is that he's got stuff that he needs to work on for himself. And he needs to be able to figure out those behaviors. It might actually be beneficial for Francisco to do his own shadow work, because that's what's going to help him heal those behaviors, the emotional wounding and the limiting beliefs that he might have, where he creates situations where he's self-sabotaging his own progress. You know, so he needs to work on that and spend time apart from you in order to do that work. And then that's when he'll be fully open, I feel, to the possibility of loving you the way you need to be loved. And that falls on him coming to those realizations. Okay. So we also have the Six of Swords. As you can see, it's about moving forward. I feel in the meantime, you're meant to go through this transition where you spend time apart from Francisco. As much as that does not feel good to be apart from this person that you care for, I feel it's beneficial, it's much needed, and give him the time and space to be able to realize that he wants to be with you, that you're the one that he loves and wants to invest his time fully into the connection. That is what I'm getting there. Yeah, here we go. Seven of Pentacles, hard work that pays off. But believe it or not, the Seven of Pentacles is another card of patience. It's one of those cards where it requires more time. It's a gestation period in a way. And it's requiring things to play out when they're meant to. And it falls on Francisco to recognize that he's got a lot of work and effort to put into this connection should it come around again. And so in the meantime, he's got to put in the work towards himself and then towards the relationship when he's ready. Okay, rather than looking at it from just a sexual standpoint, he needs to be able to look at it from his heart space and the fact that he loves you and wants to build a life with you. So all of those things require work on his part, and it's going to require time, because the Seven of Pentacles is a wait and see card. Okay, so let's grab time frames for you as well, Quinn. Okay. Here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please give us a time frame for Quinn. I'm going to pull a couple of time frames for you as well. Okay, here we go. Look at that, when you least expect it. Okay, what else? I can't make that up. Blocks must be cleared first. And it's so true, because he is the one creating those blocks, these barriers. Remember this card, the barriers is causing the separation. So once this happens, those blocks are removed, then it paves the way for a clear path for Francisco to make things happen here for the two of you, because he's got some lessons that he needs to work on for himself before he can be the type of partner that you really need him to be. Okay, so that's what I'm getting, Quinn. I feel there's hope here, so try not to lose hope. However it might be feeling in the 3D, I have a feeling in time that things can still work out between the two of you. But as I've said, earlier, that no one's ever meant to put their life on hold. Continue to live your best life on your own, make your own goals, your own dreams manifest, and don't put your life on hold waiting for Francisco to come to these realizations that he wants to be with you. If he actually wakes up and does the work, you're going to see it anyway in the 3D with your own eyes. All right. So don't concentrate so much on when it's going to happen, but I do ultimately feel that there's a good chance that it will. Okay. So I will leave that there. Hopefully I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that this does work out and that he does what is necessary to prove to you that you're worth a second chance here. Okay. So I'm happy to see that in the meantime that you are trying to move on. I know that that's difficult. It's not easy. And he needs to go through his own journey in the meantime. All right, Quinn, thank you. Appreciate your question. All right, guys, do we have any more requests at this time?
You do Rachel's, right?
Yes.
Yes. Jesus, too.
Yes, Rachel, I completed yours. So we're about to end the live stream. So go ahead and rewind or fast forward to your section and you'll be able to see your reading. Okay, so before I go, guys, just a reminder, if you don't already follow me on Twitch, we do the exact same type of live stream over there. We don't have super chat on that side, of course, but it's same format, same payment formats if you're interested in getting your own personal reading. But we are also doing a free mini reading giveaway on Twitch. I'll announce that on the community tab here on YouTube, as well as on my Instagram page. So if you don't follow me on either format, please do, so you'll be in the loop as to when future live streams will be. Okay, so on YouTube, it's Celestial Forecast by Carrie, of course, and on Instagram, it's The Celestial Forecast by Carrie. All right, guys, so I'll go ahead and leave it there. Thank you guys so very much for being here and for everybody who submitted a personal mini reading request. I appreciate you, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.